Wow, this is worse than I expected. Hi there everybody, and welcome to another First Look Friday. And on this First Look Friday I shall be looking at this. This. As you can see, this is a Matchbox Spitfire Mark 22/24. 32nd scale, a 1/32nd scale kit of this aircraft, and made by Matchbox back in the old days. So as you can see, back to the box. Yeah, the box is a bit torn up, let's take a look at what we can see on the box. You got the painting of the Spitfire there, and then over here you have some diagram of the cockpit. Up here it says a 32nd scale 3-colour model kit of the last and fastest production Spitfire. So 3-colour model kit, basically that means that the plastic is in 3 colours. So the 3 colours of plastic. Fully detailed cockpit, supercharged Griffon engine. The Griffon, oh. So moved up from the Merlin. And detachable engine panels, interesting. Sliding cockpit canopy, 3 sets of service decals. Yeah, about the decals. So that's the hype. On the side, let's have a look. I'll do it from side to side because I'll go from one end to the other. Matchbox logo there, covered up with tape. But over here, Spitfire Mark 24 sliding hood. So it looks like the canopy can be opened. Detailed engine. I believe that says engine under there. And then you got 3 markings. Mark 24 RAF 80 Squadron, Kai Tak, Hong Kong, August 1950. Mark 22 of the Royal Egyptian Air Force, and Mark 22 again, the Royal Auxiliary Air Force. Number 603, City of Edinburgh Squadron, 1950 again. Then over here, something covered up with tape. Let's go to the other end. Can't even see this. So, well, it looks like we've got a different picture of the. We've got a different picture of the Spitfire. The picture that should have been the cover, in my opinion, but there you go. Some details of the kit: 3-colour, 1/32nd scale, 3-colour. Yeah. On the other side, some things in other languages. So French, German, that Italian over there, Spanish, and probably Japanese. And then again, stuff there more in Japanese. And then over here, this picture here is effectively what the kit will look like if you don't paint it. Just put the decals on and have done with it. So basically the colours comes in a dark, mid-grey, light grey and black plastic. So you can see the different bits. Over here, detailed something. On the other end, it's effectively the same as the front, same as the other end. I'll put it to the side because it's bothering me. Unless it was in the box. So the sender, the vendor, has put a lot of what do you call this stuff? The vendor's put a lot of bubble wrap in here, but on top of that we've got the instruction manual and the decal sheet, which is it may be usable, but fortunately most of the bits that I would use are easy to paint with the masking, like the roundels, straightforward that. The decals there with the big numbers on them, PK 682. So the PK and 682 are separate, I can see. And then you got this, which I don't think I could. Well, I couldn't paint the numbers anyway. But the straps is fairly straightforward. But anyway, that's the decals. Let's not notice the Lesney 1/32 scale. Lesney being the is it the parent company or of Matchbox? Anyway, instruction manual there, and lots of plastic. So, and a little pot of paint, a little pot of red paint. So I think that can go in the bin or the floor. It'll go in the bin when I finish here. Anyway, let's take a look at the paperwork first, as per usual. Put you somewhere safe. So, instruction manual. Showing its age, as you can see. Let's get you closer in on that. A nice landscape manual, which means it fits on the screen nicely. So that's good for you, I hope. Except it folds up all over the place. So let's. Ooh. So this big bit shows you. So I've been watching a few people talk about Matchbox kits. What's his name? You're gonna pop up. I've got the computer in front of me here, so I'm just referencing that. Where are we? I'm looking at the wrong page. Oh, there it is. So Peter Oxley's been doing Matchbox March last month. So we're talking about his Matchbox collection of kits. And one thing that he has pointed out is this here. So these are parts of the kit. You've got engine pieces there, the pilot there, some other parts. And this is all painting guide. So let me get it closer in a bit there, that other way. So all these pieces here, this is the colours that you're going to paint them. So this is all the detailed paintwork, as it were. And on this side, you've got the colours that you're going to need for it. So for example, A is HB1 dark green. So where does A go? I'm going to find an A part. I can't. E, let's go for E. That's the first one up there. E is dirty black. And all the different languages as well, you know. Noir, Sul, Schmutzig, Schwarz, Nero Spocco, Negro Suicio, and something in Japanese. Well, dirty black in Japanese, I assume. Anyway, so you've got this paint guide for the small detail parts, which you can always do before you complete the build. Good idea for some of these, particularly the pilots. You know, good idea to get them all painted before you put them in the kit, put them in the plane. Landing struts there, main gear, weapons, the propeller blades, black and F. What's F? Trainer yellow. So yeah, so this is a nice guide of painting the small fiddly bits. Over here, under the paint guide, you have some details about the airplane in 5 languages again. So the 1939 Supermarine design team started work on a Spitfire variant, which was to use the Rolls-Royce Type 37 engine, later known as the Griffon. And so on, although delayed by the early war years. Eventually 2 prototypes flew in 1942, the Mark 20 and Mark 21. So basically, yeah, pause and read if you'd like to, or if you're reading different languages, pause again, pick the language of choice. If you're Japanese, there you go, you're down there as well. So yeah. Anyway, a little paragraph there about the airplane itself. On the other side, got the all the different paint markings. So I've got paint marking 1, paint colours rather. So this is the Mark 24, the Squadron Kai Tak, Hong Kong, 1950. So this plane was still in service in 1950. 2, that's the Royal Egyptian Air Force, and over here is the Royal Auxiliary Air Force. So you've got 3 pentacles, so there's a single colour for these two. That one a bit more exciting. Got a camouflage print. So that's the colour plan. Yeah, if I'd read it properly, I'd have noticed. It tells you that it's the colour plan down here. Details about the aircraft: 36 feet 11.25 meters wingspan. So, and other bits there. Pause and read at your leisure. So that's that bit. Build. One big sheet, not very busy. And looks like somebody's been at it. Got a little hole in there, which is hopefully not going to spoil things. I don't think so. I think we're okay there. What do we have here? So you're starting off. So yeah, so this is all the build. So it looks like we start off. I'll fold it up to make it more convenient for me. We start off with the engine, the Griffin engine. Paint required parts before assembly, it says at the top there, and you've got some other legend pieces there. Cement parts, don't cement parts, alternate part provided, and without stand, add nose weight. So I don't think we're going to need that because it's a tail sitter anyway. Yeah, he's starting off with the engine, which looks fairly comprehensive. Not very busy, but enough parts to make it look interesting. Part 2, more bits on the engine. Section 2. Section 3 is on the other side. And we're heading into the cockpit now. So section 3, 4, 5, cockpit, including the pilot seat. Yeah. Maybe I should... So stage 6 is in the 6, 7, 8, and 9 in the middle here. So it looks like 6 is a box. Is that a fuel tank probably? 7 is parts 14 and 15. Don't know what those are. Part 8 is another box. Part 9 is the tail gear. 3 pieces. So don't glue the wheel onto the support. Onto the axle rather. Coming down to part 10. Which is where you put everything you've done before, well, almost everything you've done before, not including the engine, into the fuselage. So fuselage parts 41 and 42. Over here you've got parts 121 and 122, which is this bit here. That radio, don't know what it is. It's interesting nonetheless. Then we go to stage 11, which is the tailplanes. At the bottom of the page, let's see. At the bottom of the page, it tells you parts 44 and 43 are the tail fin, vertical tail part, and then the horizontal tail planes, 45 and 47, plus 46 and 48. So down here, you know, making 2 sets. And then part 12, putting the tail planes and cockpit canopy on. There's fuselage. Part 13, you're assembling some machine guns, weapons that will fit into the wings, I believe. Over the page we have sections 14 to 23 inclusive. 14 is wings and lower wings, wing spars. Looks pretty good. Part 15, putting bits into the wing, which is mainly the machine guns and putting tops into the machine guns. So this is, it says don't glue these parts. So it says don't glue these parts, which are the covers for the machine guns. So if you paint those nice and clean, you can open and close them, show any viewers of the thing what's going on inside. Anyway, part 16 is the propeller, 5-bladed propeller, lots of a few pieces going there. Again, it's almost minimalist, this kit. Not so many pieces, but what pieces they are appear to be, well, just going by the drawing itself, appear to be fairly well made, so I think we're okay there. 17 and 18, you're putting together what I believe are some cannons, machine guns. 19, undercarriage, wheels and stuff. Part 20 is this piece here. So radiator or oil cooler, not sure what it is. But you're making two of them. It doesn't say making two, but down here it says glue those bits together and those bits together, so there you go. Part 21. Now you're putting the fuselage onto the lower half of the wings, well, onto the wings rather, including these pieces here, which I've always wondered, every time I've seen a Spitfire kit or a plane, a warbird type of this, the wings always seem to have this as part of the main wing or part of the body. So I'm surprised and actually quite pleased actually to see that this piece here, the bit that goes between the fuselage and the wing, is in fact a separate piece, which is yeah, already I'm pretty impressed with what I'm seeing so far. So there we go. So anyway, part 21, you're putting the fuselage onto the wings and assembling the engine cover. Part 22 rather, you're putting the engine onto the front of the fuselage with the propeller and so on. So all the ancillary bits, all the parts that you built in earlier steps, you put it on there. Lots of, so all the numbers here, down here is telling you which bits to glue. So which bits to glue to which parts. Well, the arrows will do that. And then 23, last part of the build, putting the undercarriage on, the wheels on. And doesn't feature show an option for gear up. So, which is disappointing. So, first piece of disappointment for this kit. But yeah, there you go. That is the build instructions for this Spitfire. Right, let's take another quick look at the decals, which look pretty bad, but I'm sure if I wanted to I could get a new set somewhere. I'll have a look into it, and if I do find it, I'll probably make a note in the notes below. Or if I find it before I edit this video, probably over here somewhere. Maybe not. Don't hold your breath. Anyway, as I mentioned earlier on, the decals are not that. It's age really that has made them go off. However, I have used Matchbox decals before. This is a very long time back in the 1980s when I was building kits as a kid. Well, as a teenager, anyway, and I never had any issues with the Matchbox kits. In fact, of all the kits I built at the time, I think only the Japanese kits, Tamiya, Hasegawa, were better than the Matchbox kits. Matchbox kits were always nice. They went together really well. Never had any issues at all with them. Yeah, except for the Phantom. Had a 72nd scale Phantom FGR, much like the one I'm building, and for some reason you could put the a large fuel tank underneath it or some large pod underneath it. But if I had that on there, then the wheels were the undercarriage was too short. So it seems an odd thing to do. So it's best to build it without that particular thing, or build it in flight, which I didn't do. Anyway. Yeah, I'll put this aside. So those are the decals. Spitfire Mark 24 sits in the middle there, but apart from that, if it wasn't for the age, I think they'd be okay. I may try to have a go with them when I get around to building this. I'm not sure how long that's going to be before I get there, but I doubt very much. I think they will work. I mean, they still look okay, but you know, they're not flaking off the paper yet. However, we'll find out when I get around to building. They are nice and registered, the roundels. You can see that the carrier film goes over the edge. Let's have a look. Don't know if you can see that there. The carrier film is a bit, it's not quite, the roundel is not quite centered on the carrier film, like it's a bit wider on this side than on this edge than on that edge. However, the markings, the blue, white and red, red, white and blue rather, are perfectly concentric, so yeah, that's fine. Though this one down here, the yellow ring isn't very concentric. It's a bit off-centered, wider at the bottom here than at the top, or wider on this side than that side, so yeah. Anyway, those are the decals. Now let's take a look at some plastic. So I'm just going to pick them off the top, so in whatever order they come in. So this here is one of the black ones. Right then, one of the, how many sprues are there? I haven't counted. I'll just bring them up, but there's not that many. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably 5 sprues, 5 or 6, something like that. And this particular sprue is comprised mainly of, well, got propeller blades, got wheels, both the main and tail gear, 2-part wheels, no alignment marks, so it's a case of putting them together, hoping they are aligned. Some cockpit parts there, some artillery armament bits there, ammunition, another part of the cockpit, some machine guns. This bit's coming off, yeah, and but there it is. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is, well, I probably didn't actually, this is a very old kit. It's actually, somebody's written on the box, September 1977. So I'm guessing that's when it was originally bought. And for a kit of this age, it must have been one of the earlier runs, or either that or Lesney, Matchbox, made some very good tooling. Because this, there's no flash that I can see anywhere. You've got some really small pieces here, like look at these. Can you focus on it? These bits here look like nuts. No idea what they're for. I didn't notice them in the instruction manual. But everything on this kit looks very nice, so that's just going to come off, isn't it? Right, I'll stop fiddling with it anyway. So yeah, everything looks very good so far. I'm liking what I'm seeing, and it feels a bit like a Hobby Boss kit in the way that the sprues are made, that the parts are made. You know, almost but not quite like a toy. They got all the detailing you need, but they feel a bit tough, a bit overbuilt, but not so much that when you put the parts together, they still look like a nicely refined model kit. So yeah. Anyway, so rabbiting, that is sprue number whatever it is. The first black sprue. Next sprue off the top, or in the box. Wings, so underside of the wings and engines and tail pins. Some other bits. I got that, don't know what that is. This here is the control column and something that goes in the cockpit. So double-sided 2-part tail fins, or tail wings, tail plane. So this is one side, so the other half is on a different sprue. And so the panel lining on this is a bit harsh, is a bit big. It feels a bit large and yeah, almost toy-like, I said. It is what I was expecting from Matchbox, from what I remember of building Matchbox kits all these years ago. So there it is. The wings look, as I said, the panel lines are a bit deep and harsh, but the wing itself is very thin. Look at that. Super skinny. The engine itself, again, looks a bit almost soft, almost jelly-like. I'm getting my metaphors wrong here, but you can see what I mean. It looks a bit, could be slightly better, but I'm sure for the time, in the mid-1970s, it was pretty good. Was this aimed at the youngster or the older experienced modeler? From what I recall from my experiences, Matchbox kits were pretty much aimed at the youngster, which is why they were fairly cheap kits. But no reason why an adult couldn't enjoy it, because this is still pretty good for its age. Again, there's no flash at all, so must have been an early run of the kits. Yeah, I'm saying that, but I have no idea. Anyway, this is one of the light grey sprues. Wings and engine. Next sprue is this one. This has the other side of the wings, the top half of the wings, and the other side of the tail wings, tail planes, whatever. And you've got the wing cutouts, the bits that go, the parts that go in between the wing and the fuselage, smooth up bits. There is a name for them. I think is it fillets, the wing fillets. But as I say, this is sounds a bit weird, but you're getting excited by these parts here. But seeing that there's always like this particular panel line on the aircraft, I always wondered why they didn't employ that part as a separate part. You have the wings joining there or up here, and Matchbox have done that. So I haven't seen many. Actually, I haven't seen any other 1/32 or larger scale Spitfire kits. So maybe this is common in the bigger Spits by other manufacturers. Let me know if you've built a big one. I will be getting hold of another Spitfire when I can. This is a bit grubby though. I'm gonna need a wash, and it's not like greasy, but it's just like accumulated dirt from age. Yeah, made in England it says there. Made in England it says there. So one of those rarest of all things, a plastic model kit made in England. Speaking of plastic model kits made in England, Spitfire kits. Airfix have a 1/24 scale, the new one they brought out a couple of years ago, which is made in England. So I keep meaning to get one of those, but they're like £90, so a bit out of my budget at the moment. But maybe soon. Anyway, those are the. This is the other sprue with wings on it, and what looks like a parachute. So here's another sprue. I think there's a part missing over there, so let's see what it could be. A couple of parts missing off that sprue. So I'm guessing that goes there to match the other side, and this piece goes over here somewhere. Maybe like that. Yeah, I think that's right. So the underside of the plane, underside of the engine, some sort of scoop going in there, so that fits in there. So on this particular sprue we have the fuselage and engine covers, the underside of the engine, more engine covers, tail parts, tail fins. So this is the other half of the tail fins, which was seen on a previous sprue. Propeller boss, part of the propeller. How do these come together? Is it like this? Looks about right. Again, nothing too much home to write about. It is what it is. What it is. It is the Spitfire. It is a Matchbox as expect. It is pretty much what you expect from Matchbox. So we're not talking any delicate fine lines here, except for these little markings. What do you call these things? They're not rivets as such. They're these little. I think they're used to allow you to open up the engine covers, which are very dainty. There's also more here as well. So maybe they are rivets. I think. Maybe the rivets, which are very fine and small, but everything else is fairly, brutish. Yeah, but in a pleasant way, I guess. Another tiny piece here. Don't know what that is. Just hiding out on the corner there. So yeah, I think I'm talking too much because there's not much to talk about in these things, except to say that it's all pretty good. Yeah. Anyway, this is the sprue with the body parts on it. Actually, before we do that, we've got this propeller piece, and I don't know which sprue that came off. I think it's the dark grey one. So the one that I think this came off the one I've just been looking at, because it's the same colour as that. So and it's a very well moulded as well. Some slight sinkage, I think. No, there isn't. It's just, yes, just right. So basically, the front piece, the front part of the propeller cone. I never know what these things are called, but there it goes. Anyway, back in the box. So, got onto this next sprue, which has a broken part, unfortunately. So this piece here appears to be broken. I'm trying to put it together. I'll leave that. I shall leave that as it is, because it's not an issue right now. So we've got more engine bits. So we've got the top part of the engine, some bits of the wings, so we'd go inside the wings rather. Engine mounts, this piece here, which I'm not sure what it is. Pilot and seat, pilot's arms over here. So there you go. Again, everything is just good enough. Something I may have said before, or something I haven't said before. So anyway, this is just good enough. Parts of the wings. So apart from this piece here, which is like the broken piece, everything is just fine. No problems here at all either. The detailing is just detailed enough, with all the parts we've seen so far. And there you go. Anyway, that is the second black sprue. No sprue numbers, unfortunately, but there you go. Is there something there? No. Oh, actually, other side of this piece, you got some very fine detailing there, which is the cockpit controls. Get that way up. So it's basically your control panel on the aircraft. Yeah. So there we go. So some other smaller pieces here, because I'm looking now from the other side, there's nothing on them. So flipping the sprue frame over, you can see all the little parts. So that there has some very fine detailing on it, and as does this part here. Because apart from the hands, so these two and this one and the arms are the only pieces that have double-sided, and these pieces here actually. Again, looking at it from the wrong side. The engine mounts, they've got some very nice detailing on that. So yeah, pleased as I was before, I'm getting even more pleased as I take a close look at these things. I wonder what I've missed on by not having a close look at the other pieces. But anyway, that is the second black sprue. And last but not least, we have the clear parts. Bit of something stuck to the edge there, which is don't know what it is. Something left by some kind of insect, it looks like. Leave that for the time being. The clear parts are just clear enough. They're not the best. But the flat surfaces on the wing canopy there, windscreen there, are pretty good. That's the main canopy itself. Then you got this piece here, which I have no idea what it is. I'm sure it's clear for a reason, but there you go. Don't know what. As I said, I don't know what it is. As with the previous parts we've looked at, everything looks pretty good. Okay, I'm getting bothered by this. Let's find something to remove it. Put that to the side. So there you go. So that is the yeah, I'm not doing very good today, but yeah, this is the clear parts of the 1/32 Matchbox Spitfire. See if we can get some better views of this. What are these marks going to do? So the detailing, the raised detailing is on the bottom side of this part. Again, don't know what it is. I guess I'll find out when I take a close look at the manual. But there you go, those are the clear parts for this kit. So thoughts on this Matchbox kit. I'm going to do what I like to do and just take a look at scale mates and see what, if anything, they have to say about it. So this is the Spitfire that we'll be looking at. So the Matchbox one here would have been a new tool in 1976. So a new tool in 76, new box in 70, well, in 80 something, 1980 probably. I get another new box in 83, and it just keeps on going. It was reboxed again in 93 or thereabouts, and pretty much it ends there. Matchbox new tool in 1976, I think, 77, 76, whatever. Anyway, that's what Scalemus has to say about it. Have a good look at it yourself. I'll put a link below if you want a better look at what Scalemus has to say about it. But there you go. What do I think of this kit? What do I think of this kit? It is, I think it's a pretty good kit. I'd have liked it to be cheaper. Cost me about £30. Cost me £38 all in, including postage. I think the postage is what was a bit much on this kit. Probably my only 4-star instead of 5-star review was on the postage charges. I think it charged a bit much considering it wasn't tracked or anything like that. So, but anyway, £38 including postage. The postage was £8, so the kit cost me £30 plus £8 postage, which yeah, I know it does cost that much to post this kit. Then it was a very big box, so we got about going for it. The kit itself, I think, is going to be pretty good. I'll let you know how the build goes if I get around to it. But what about you? Have you built this kit? Do you know? Have you any tips and tricks on how to make it look good? There isn't that many parts considering the size of the kit, so there's, building it should be fairly straightforward. So yeah, sliding a bit. I think what could really make this kit stand out is your skill at painting and finishing it. The parts are going to be fine. May want to consider filling in the panel lines because they're a bit brutish, but apart from that, yeah, I think it'll be a fun build. There's no stand in the box, which was something I was hoping for, but there you go. Aside from that, yeah, pretty good kit, I think. But what are your thoughts? Let me know what you think of this kit, and if you've built this kit, again, let me know. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you got this far, thank you again very much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, tell your friends. If you didn't like it, tell me why. Help me make a better video. And apart from that, take care and have fun modeling. Just one more thing. I'm thinking this box, because it's this big, and this here is all the parts, including the decals, the instruction manual, in the box. So you could have really, Matchbox could have set myself a bit of time, could have set myself a bit of cardboard and make the box only that big, and got everything in. Yeah, the box would need to be probably an inch deeper. So the box could have been literally that deep, just where my finger stops. But apart from that, everything could have been put together into one box, not much bigger than that. Which is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to go, they didn't have any boxes at my local shop that were, roughly this size. They were either too big or just too small. So I'm going to hit the Amazon and find a box that will fit this size. Get the measurement out, the rulers. So looking for a box, about a foot long, 11 inches minimum by 9, so 11 by 9, 12 by 10. And how deep does it need to be? 3.5 inches deep. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do now. Find a box to put it in that is just about the right size. Because A, that box is a mess, and B, it's way too big. So yeah, so spending even more money on a kit that is like 40 years old. Anyway, take care everybody. See you next time. So I took the opportunity I found this cardboard box at work, and I printed out some labels. So stuck that on that side, again on that side, and so I bagged up the the clear parts and the bits that run off the sprue, which is really just one piece. And but yeah, I think I found this box fits better than the previous box I had before. At least it does to me. Makes more sense to have it like this. So, and the box fits better on my shelving and stuff. Or fits better with the other things. The box has 100 stars in it. No idea what that is, but when you've got that sitting on the side of the box, I think we're fine.